That's the whole thing. See, if they were researching the Earth Angel, trying to find a way to destroy the Earth Angel, that's like trying to destroy God Force energy, because that's what protects us. So that's basically now what they put out going back on them. So you guys are going to have to pay attention. I mean, nobody's safe. If they were involved in trying to destroy the Earth Angel, I mean, that's how the meek inherit the earth, I would assume. That's what it is. And a lot of people aren't going to understand that. They're like, oh no, why me? We were supposed to be the destroyers. And it's what it is. That's not it. They wanted to destroy another, only to find out that they're destroying themselves. And we told them that. It just takes time. You know, how it's going to happen, none of us even know that. That's trying to explain the Most High. That's trying to explain God. And being connected to the Most High, even if I knew, I wouldn't tell them. Because I've saved people before, and then I got karma for it. I got karma for saving people from getting their karma before. And it's what it is. I understand. Nobody likes a hero. So that's fine. That's fine. We certainly don't want to be the hero in this situation. It's just what it is. Because isn't that what they told? Isn't that what smart people say? You got to save yourself. Is what it is. I can't do anything about that, right? And I mean, you got to think about it. If they put out a hit, they are the hit. If they put out hate, they receive hate. If they put out, I mean, you got to think. Getting that energy of voodoo, homeless voodoo work, and then the doorbell news. The doorbell news says me, check out the community page. It does. It has the doorbell news. A voodoo queen got evicted. So if they're doing, homeless voodoo work and that shit's backfiring, I mean, could that be the voodoo queen that's responsible for all the homeless people in China now? Because, I mean, going up against an earth angel, that causes an angelic disturbance on earth. That causes natural disasters. That causes God to bring the storms. And it's what it is. I understand that those who only cared about money, that's fine. They can enjoy. What's the joy of making all that money if they can't enjoy spending it? They can spend it cleaning up China. They can spend it cleaning up New Mexico. They can spend it cleaning up everywhere where fucking helping people just isn't an option. You can't help people like that. No. They end up getting helped by God, and He does that with the rains. So I can't do anything about that. I mean, we've all heard of the weather manipulation. They were manipulating the weather, trying to save. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, they must have known something was going on. And when I hear you ladies say they're trying to block out the sun, they're looking for every way possible to destroy the Earth Angel, only to find out the Earth Angel's getting independence on the 4th. I'm celebrating Independence Day. Everything happens in divine right time. It's what it is. I mean, you've got tarot readers. This isn't going to work anymore. I'm crying, and I understand that. I can understand the energy being pretty heavy, but that's where my INFJ shield comes in as a clairsentient. See, I no longer feel those things. I only feel my emotions, and my shit's balanced. Oh God, it's super balanced. I no longer absorb other people's psychic garbage. Because it's what it is. I mean, when you're in a predominantly backwards, profoundly sick society, well then, if as a clairsentient, you're clearly feeling backward energy that's profoundly sick. And it's what it is. You got to get away from that. And then what happens? You get away from that, you raise your vibration, and hey, look at that shit, you heal. And that's what it is. And I understand healing is tough. You have to remove yourself It's the whole thing about faith healers, right? And I don't, not to bring religion into it, I'm talking about a faith healer. You know, they have faith. They're raising the dead, bringing the dead back to life, making little crippled boys get up out of the way. They're helping Timmy. Timmy doesn't have to sit in the wheelchair all the time. And that's not saying that people in wheelchairs aren't great people. Well, I mean, not many people like the governor of Texas, but that's none of my business. That's none of my business. Anyway, they go to a tent or a container, like what Archangel Michael was telling you about building a healing cave. It's the old style, the old way of doing things. They build an energetic cave, right? Be it a sweat lodge. I mean, there's many different ways, but on an energetic level, when you're using Reiki or the Force or whatever you want to call it, it's got Force energy. It's love's intent to help her heal. So when you create a container, now churches, they're basically harvesting your energy so that they can blast that shit off into a steeple, like the magician card in tarot. Like he aims as like He-Man. I have the power! And then the magician projects the energy for manifestation. As I see a steeple. Anyway, the thing is, the whole point of the conversation is, yeah, I mean, we already asked for Starseed Independence Day. You've got the UFO disclosure going on at the White House, so they obviously know something's coming up. And I do believe that movie revolved around the 4th of July. And I understand they were trying to stop God's plan, and now God's exercising his power and making China float and New Mexico as well. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything. They went up against God, now God's exercising his power. Okay, good. They abused their power against the divine, and now God's just basically abusing them, one natural disaster at a time. I can't do anything about that. My question is, who's the next natural disaster going to be named after? That's what I'm interested to see. Because that's how God is showing me who the fuck I can trust. It's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. However, no, these secrets that people aren't supposed to know, you can't help Timmy in the wheelchair. Timmy doesn't want to be helped. He's already doing his thing. He doesn't need permission to be the lead singer of Lords of the Underworld anyway. He's he's a little bit of a more aware wolf than people give him credit for. Anyway, you go to the faith healer's tent because they raise the vibration. Hey, we got this guy. 12 promoters. 12 promoters go to an event, and they say, hey, look, man, we're going to build this tent. And we're going to bring in this guy. He can turn water into wine. He can do all this mystical shit. But you have to have the vibration and the frequency of the container to be just right for the miracle to be created. Because it's just like Einstein said. Doesn't matter what reality you want. You match the vibrational frequency to it. The universe has no choice but to give you that reality. So if you're a healer and you're using Reiki and everyone's expecting a miracle, just like Dolores Cannon said, this building doesn't exist until we collectively observe it. The same way the two-slit quantum marble experiment works, right? You have waves. Sorry, got to turn. Go check out the quantum marble two-slit experiment. Two-slit quantum marble experiment. Go check that out. It's a whole lot easier to watch it than me sit here and try to explain it to you, because you're probably not going to get it anyway. The difference between waves and bands. And when you girls are talking about ebbs and flows, well, yeah, that's how an 8 works. That's how the infinity symbol works. What comes around goes around. What comes around goes around. Okay, so if you've got large groups of people setting out to destroy, it's what it is. What comes around goes around. So, yes, absolutely. And no, there's nothing they can do. There's no way for them to get out of it. It's based on your intention. They all came together and they intended for the building to exist. Right? They're talking about the Earth Angel has the armor of God. What are you talking about? An INFJ shield that's constantly channeling Reiki? I mean, that's what creates that inner light of the INFJ when your chakras are in alignment. It's how you build that bridge between heaven and earth. But I mean, that's the thing. Is if we now have, all of this energy that has been projected to destroy love, light, and truth in another, well, then it's basically going to destroy the love, the light, and the truth in them. And that's what we were saying. That's like the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, and I understand God's merciful, but that whole instant karma, that shit's it's what it is. I mean, I steady see me losing reviews, and it's what it is. I mean, or views, not reviews. I got great reviews. I keep losing views because some of my subscribers, probably not so great. Probably didn't meet a very good, they probably wanted to destroy the light, and it just ended up destroying the light within themselves. And I can't do anything about that. What they wanted for another is what they wanted for themselves. Hell, maybe some of them lived in China, and now they don't have access. They don't have access to internet anymore. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know anything about my subscribers. It's what it is. It's what it is. I mean, I don't build relationships with just anyone anymore because, I mean, when you've got not one soul from your past you can trust, I'm like, well, yeah, because you stop doing shit for them and they get mad. Oh, jealousy. It's like, well, fuck, man, how much more do I have to do for you when you can't do for yourself or anyone else? I mean, I got other things to worry about. I got other things to not worry about. I can't be worrying about you when I'm not worried about New Mexico flooding. I can't be worried about Lake Isabella, California earthquakes. That's what it is. That would be homeless voodoo backfire. That's what y'all should be worried about. That would be Dorothy summoning a djinn. Holy shit. And I mean, I cannot tell you that I know Dorothy. And I told her that she needed to have that entity removed. But that's the problem. Once that entity that is working through these people knows that you can see it, it freaks out. It's caught. It knows it's been exposed. It knows that it is the shadow that has come to the light. And you can't have multiple readers talking about it. Me telling you that that's why I got into Reiki was for entity removal. I've had a reptilian removed. I've had a reptilian ripped from my heart. Ask Christine Holiday. She almost made me puke in a laundromat over Messenger. So it's what it is. However, yeah, I mean, pay attention to your surroundings because that's what you're going to end up running into now. Is people freaking out. Oh no, trying to destroy the Earth Angel. We've destroyed ourselves. China's underwater. And it's what it is. And I mean, if they're trying to cover that up with multiple different timelines and realities and reality transurfing, cool. Did that work for anyone in China? Did that changing timelines, that New Earth timeline, did that work for New Mexico? Because we want to get to the bottom of this. Did we go to the New Earth? Because it's what it is. We're not here to convert anyone. We're not here to convert anyone. But, I mean, when you have a bunch of greedy influencers that judged the Earth Angel and came together to destroy the Earth Angel, and now they're the ones under judgment when I'm the ones glowing in ascended master light? Fucking you tell me how that's going to work out for them and all involved. And it's just what it is. I just want to know. I just want to know, because it was all about money to them. It wasn't about helping anyone. It was all about money to them. And they're like, ooh, look at this money opportunity. Let's take out that angel protected by God. Okay, cool. Is that Reiki? Oh my God, that angel works with the Most High? I don't believe it. Well, have you ever had a QHHT session? That's working with the Most High. That's working with the Most High. Are you a QHHT practitioner? No. Well, then you don't know anything about working with the Most High. It's simple enough. Simple enough. So, yeah, I mean, hell, I don't know how they're going to get out of it. And I don't care. I don't care how other people are going to get out of the reality they created. They created it. They created it. It's just what it is. Just what it is. However, yeah, I mean, it's what you do you have a trigger demon beside you? Are they mad? Are they in rage? Well, cool. Heightened states of fear and heightened states of rage are how that jinn that Dorothy summoned enters the body. And jinn are lightning fast. They're faster than the speed of light. They don't, their time and space doesn't exist in the unseen realm. So go study up on the 3 ways the jinn entered the body. It's what it is. It's shit that you weren't told that I studied, because I had to figure out what the hell was going on. And wouldn't you know, the information was right there to explain it to me. So that's what it is. Y'all enjoy. However, yeah, definitely pay attention to everything. That's what it is, because You've got people taking bribes and cover-ups that are armed and sworn to serve and protect. Oh my God. They're going to do everything. Oh God. Oh no, we were sworn to serve and protect and we took bribes. We're dirty cops. How embarrassing. That's what it is. Hell, I've got those in my family. That's what it is. I can't do anything about dirty cops in my family. That's what it is. My daughter's stepdad, a dishonored jailer because he was abusing jail trustees. And when that conspiracy came to the light, his boss, the lieutenant of the jail, yeah, I think they're Hicks. That's their last name is Hicks. He self-deleted his brains all over the wall in his office down here at the jail, just so his family could get that on-the-job insurance money or whatever. That's what they say. I don't care. That's why I don't bring up the Hicks in mixed company, because that's the only thing that my friends, all those souls from the past that you can't trust, anytime you bring my daughter's name up, that's all they want to talk about. Now, if her last name was still Lowe, maybe it wouldn't be a problem. But no, she goes by Hicks now. And anytime you mention the last name Hicks in my hometown, the only thing that those souls from the past you can't trust anymore want to talk about is a cop blowing his brains out on the wall. And I just don't like to hear that shit. I don't care. No, it wasn't my family. It wasn't my family that was responsible for that. So it's just what it is. Anyway, y'all have a beautiful night. Namaste.